Okay, so I did do a Nasty Owl haul not that long ago, but I wanted to do a more kind of collective beauty haul. So some of these things I have purchased myself, some things have been sent to me, and then others were gifts from my birthday. So one of the first ones is a little bit random. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably already seen my new obsession, but it is Me Undies. So they have a range of very basic men's and women's underwear and kind of like loungewear. I am loving their little sockies. So I think they're like 80% cotton and the rest stretchy stuff. And I just really like them. They come in 2 different sizes. So if you have bigger feet, you can go for that one. And yeah, you can always do with more socks. So I bought some refills for my Dr. Bronner's obsession, but this time I went for the unscented baby one. The reason for that is I use this stuff on makeup brushes quite a lot, so it's nice to have something a little bit more gentle, even though the other one is great. I just thought I would try this one out. And then I got a mini one too because I like to travel with it, because you can use it for everything: hair, body, makeup brushes, like I said. You could clean the oven with it, whatever you want. So this was one I got from Sephora. It's from Jack Black, and I had not realised that they have vegan options. And I also thought that it was like a men's brand, but maybe I'm wrong, but it's also a face cleanser, so I don't really care if it's for men. This is the Deep Dive Glycolic Facial Cleanser, and it has kaolin clay and volcanic ash in it. So you can use this as a mask if you want to, and obviously just apply it as a normal clay mask and wash it off, or you can use it as a cleanser, which is what I've been doing lately. It's kind of strange because you do get like a very smooth, almost like non-foamy lather, and I think that it really draws out all the nasty stuff and gives you a really good clean, but also doesn't dry it out. So you have obviously the kind of drawing effects of the clay, and I would guess the volcanic ash would do that too, and then the glycolic is going to give you more of a kind of chemical exfoliation. So I've used this either just on my hands or with my Clarisonic, and it works great. Another thing I got from Sephora, again another vegan item from them, was the Vita Liberata Tristal Minerals, Self-Tanning Bronzing Minerals. And it comes with this little brush. Basically it's a powder self-tanner, so you can apply it as you would normal bronzer, and eventually it will develop a tan. And I've only used it once, so I can't really say how good the tanning effects are. It's kind of nice because, and I do this with other tanners already, you can almost put it where you would normally tan. So you don't, if you don't want to do your whole face, you don't have to. You can just kind of like do it on the cheeks, forehead, and use whatever's left on the brush for the rest of your face. So I think it's a great idea. I'll play around with it a little bit more and let you know what I think. So I ordered a few things from Pacifica. Everything from them is vegan as far as I can tell. I got 2 of their Dreamlit Illuminating Under Eye Brighteners in Bare and Dreamlight. One is a more yellow tone, one is a pinkier tone, and they just give a nice kind of non-shimmery highlight to your under eye area, which I think is nice. And the yellowish one you can almost use to kind of correct darkness a little bit. And I also got their Transcendent Concentrated Correcting Concealer, which is in light. I used this in my spring makeup tutorial. I think I used all of these in there actually, and I really like them so far. And then this was like a free goodie, I think. It's the Island Vanilla Body Butter, and I really do like their body butters. I used to get them from Target all the time, but I just don't get to Target as much as I would like. So I will probably put this either in the car or in a travel bag. I got a couple of new bits from Madame Glam. Again, I used this BB cream in my spring makeup tutorial, so I'll link that below so you can see some of this stuff in action. And that is in light. And I haven't yet got to try this, but this is their omega-3 face serum. I did put a little bit on the back of my hand and it felt super smooth. Yeah, it absorbs in really quickly, which is nice for my kind of greasy skin. And it just smells like really nice and fresh, so I kind of had an influx of new skincare to try lately, so I will get to this eventually and let you know what I think. A couple of random bits from Ulta. One is just this double-ended kind of mascara brow thing. You've got like the spiky metal comb on one end and then the fluffier one on the other. I did have one like this before. I think it was a Sonia Kashuk one, but I just needed a new one. And I also got this IT Cosmetics little travel brush set. So you've got a kind of little foundation one here, a more kind of multi-use powder brush, and then a little eye brush. So these will probably either go in my car or in a travel bag, like I said. I just thought that was a cute little size. And I was with my mother-in-law when we found this, and she got one too. So I have a few things from ColourPop, which I've really been liking lately, especially since I found out they changed the formulation of their lippy sticks, right, to not have beeswax in anymore, so they're fully vegan. So I got Lady, which is a kind of deep, almost like wine red. I got Frida, which is a satin one, and that's going to be like a kind of fair person's Kylie Jenner lip. And then these two, I got Cookie and Cupid, and this is the combo I've talked about quite a lot before, so you could probably find that on my Instagram, but I just think they're a really nice mixture. And I also got some of their blushes to try. Holiday, again, I used in my spring makeup tutorial. It's just a really nice kind of fresh corally pink color. And I also got Aphrodisiac, which is a kind of brown, you could probably use this as a contour or a bronzer. And then I got Between the Sheets, which is a kind of just very natural blush color. Something like this is going to suit a lot of people. And with all of their blushes, you can put them on very sheer or you can really build it up. But I would say to use either like a cream blush brush, like I did in that spring makeup look, or kind of like a more stippling brush, like you want something a little bit more stiff. Just because those kind of act like cream a little bit, so when you use like a fluffy powder brush, you don't always pick up as much as you'd want. So, a little tip for you. I got a few things from Too Faced. I picked up their Tinted Beauty Balm in Nude Glow, and I used to use this a lot before, but I don't know, just kind of like fell out of the habit, or I think I thought that they weren't cruelty free or something. But this is a really great tinted moisturizer. Really gives you like a nice glowy look. It might not have the best coverage, but it's going to give you that overall, like, I just have been out in the sun and I look fabulous look. So I think this is probably technically a little bit too dark for me, but it is quite sheer, so I just kind of blend it down my neck and it's perfect. And then I did mention these some other point, but I thought I'd throw them in too. I got their primed and poreless powders, and I got the pressed one and the loose one. I do prefer the loose one overall, but it's not as easy to travel with, and that is why I got the pressed one. Just because that's nice to kind of chuck in your bag and just to have a little brush to touch up your greasy areas. So I've really been liking them. So these are a few kind of random bits, but I thought I would throw them in there. I did used to have like all of the NYX Jumbo eye pencils, but since they sold and they're not really cruelty free depending on your standards, I thought I would try this. So this is an e.l.f. Jumbo eyeshadow stick, and I got Midnight Rendezvous, and as far as I can tell it's like a black with a slight shimmer to it, but I will give that a go and see how it is, because I don't know if they have other colors, but that might be a really good replacement. I also picked up some of the Giovanni Eco Chic Skincare Purifying and Exfoliating Cleansing Towelettes. These kind of like draw out all of the nasty stuff and exfoliate your skin, so it's a little bit more than your average makeup remover wipe. So there's only like 10 in there, I think, but it's something like this is perfect for travel because it's so thin you can just slot it in your bag. And I also picked up one of these crystal deodorants. So I got the men's one because women's deodorants are always way more expensive because they put it in a pink package and put flowers on it and make it smell pretty. So I got the men's one, which I think was like a bit bigger, but it's completely scentless. This is basically a very dense salt rock. So you kind of run it under the tap and then put it on clean armpits. So as far as I've found so far, this does work really well. It might not stop me from sweating, but there's no scent to it. So I'm not a particularly sweaty person anyway, so if you have any other experiences with this, definitely share them below. But yeah, I've liked that so far. So I did get sent a few things from Pure Adore. I think that's how you say it. They're an argan oil range, and the great thing about them is that they don't have silicone and everything, which most of the argan oil hair products do have silicone in, so what you're feeling on your hair is actually the silicone, probably not the oil, which isn't great for your hair and isn't going to have any long-lasting effects. So these ones contain pure argan oil, which is great. So one I have mentioned on my blog was the nail therapy, and this is an amazing oil for your nails. So I like to put this on at night and just rub it in really well, and then in the morning my fingers just look like I've just had a manicure, even though I haven't. I am a chronic nail biter, picker, chewer, And so something like this is nice because it really encourages me to kind of pamper that area rather than destroy it. So I've really been liking this one, and I would definitely recommend that. The other thing I've especially been loving from them is their rosehip seed oil. They knew I was kind of like looking for a replacement because I think that possibly Mario Badescu is no longer cruelty-free, or maybe selling somewhere that they require testing, so I thought I would just try a different one. This stuff gets confusing. So this is their pure rosehip oil. It says it renews skin cells, reduces scar tissue, and repairs acne blemishes. And I just think it's a really nice soothing thing. I think it's a great thing to travel with because you can treat so many things with it. It doesn't have a particular scent to it, and it's just a really great oil for all over your body basically. Honestly, I've actually just been loving everything from them. So I also got their just plain argan oil, so you can use this on body, hair and face. And it is just argan oil, so there's no silicone, there's no filler, there's no like weird preservatives or nasty stuff in here, which is great. And I apply this just straight out of the shower. I will run it just through the ends of my hair and kind of comb it through the rest, and then put it up in a towel so it kind of has a chance to sink in. And I found that it's really nice to use when I'm just going to leave my hair to dry naturally, and it just really kind of stops the ends from going frizzy, so that's great, and it doesn't leave like a residue or anything. I've also been using this on my body straight out of the shower while I'm still a bit damp, and it's probably the only oil I've used that keeps my skin moist throughout the whole day. I love using oil straight out of the shower. I think it does really help to lock in the moisture, but I have exceptionally dry and, I don't know, kind of in some ways sensitive body skin, but not my face. So I do usually end up having to put a lotion on before bed, otherwise my skin can kind of feel a bit tight and uncomfortable. But this stuff has kept my body feeling moist until basically the next time I shower. So I've really been loving this. I haven't tried it on my face yet, but I would guess it's probably great on that too. I wasn't going to mention these just because I kind of forgot since they were in the shower, but one of you had asked what I had been using as a shampoo on my hair lately, and this is what I've been using. I've been trying these out. So this is their Premium Organic Anti-Hair Loss Shampoo. So it has DHT blockers in it, and I guess that is the hormone that is linked to hair loss. So I haven't particularly experienced a ton of hair loss before, but I do have very fine hair, so any hair that I can hold on to longer than normal, great by me. And then I got their Lavender Vanilla Argan Oil Conditioner. So I've really loved the combination of both of these. I think it gives me very clean, kind of airy hair without it going fluffy and frizzy. There is just enough weight to it. So, I mean, I'm down to about here on both right now, so I'll let you know kind of full results once I've finished the two, but so far I'm really loving them in combination with that argan oil. So vegan scents are something that I get asked about a lot, which are kind of difficult to find out much information about, especially when it comes to designer perfumes. It's almost impossible to find out about them, and it's usually just safer not to use them if vegan is what you're looking for. So I think I found all of these ideas from Logical Harmony, which is a great website to find vegan and cruelty-free options, and they really do their research, so you're getting a true story of what's going on. So I got 3 of these kind of small sprays from Harvey Prince. One of them that I think I mentioned somewhere is their Petally Noir one, and to me it smells like it's like a slightly fresher version of the Tom Ford Orchid perfumes. There's 2 and this is like somewhere in between, and it's half done, so I've really been liking that one. Another one I really liked, I had a sample of in a vegan cuts box, I think. It's just like a really nice, light, summery-ish smell. There's nothing offensive to it. I'll try and put some info on it and what the scents and stuff are, because I'm really terrible at describing that stuff, but I really like this one, and I'd kind of been hoping to get one after I'd had that sample. And then lastly is Temptress. So this is a little bit more of like a sexy, sassy smell. Again, I'm terrible at explaining them, but I really love the scents. I can really... Why aren't you working? Well, the sprayer's not working, so that's great. But anyway, it's a great smell. So the 2 other scents I got were from Olivine. I I'd had a couple things from Olivine before, but I love their lotion especially, so I went back to their website because I remembered that they had some fragrances, and I picked up 2 of their perfume oils. So you might think that these are tiny, and yes they are, but perfume oils are much more concentrated and they last better on the skin. So I picked up Gigi, and they have great descriptions on their website, so definitely check those out. There's no point me trying to explain, but the scents are amazing. And then the other one I got was Amongst the Waves, which just smells like summer. Like, it smells like coconut, salt water and sun. You can get samples on there. I think you can get like a sample pack of perfumes, which I did do before, and that's nice to kind of figure out which ones you want, because obviously these are tiny and expensive, but they will last you forever because you literally need to touch your skin to the oil and it will stay on you for the rest of the day. So these were from my birthday. These were both from Adam. I think I had mentioned this before, but this is the Helmut Lang handcuff bracelet, and oof, it is very nice. I know I've mentioned that before, but I wanted to throw it in because I was also going to mention this. This is from Alexis Bittar, and I love his jewellery. It's like very strange but beautiful, and it's a panther, I would guess, and he could just kind of like wraps around your hand and kind of like sits nicely down on your wrist, which I think is awesome. He's got little gold teeth, ears, nose, claws, and the rest of him is silver with these, I'm not going to say diamonds because they're probably not diamonds, but whatever they are. So obviously not something I'm going to wear every day, but I love things like this, just like with a super simple outfit, like a little black dress with long sleeves. I think something like this is really nice, and it's going to be something that you're probably going to pass down through generations. Kind of reminds me of the Cartier Panther. And then lastly are a few bits from Cover FX. So I've been a little bit obsessed with them lately. I did find out about them like years ago, and I think I'd had some of their concealers which were incredible, but then I just kind of fell out of, I don't know why I stopped buying from them. But a few things I got were the illuminating primer. This is a beautiful, beautiful primer. Makeup sits really well on top of it. You can wear it without any makeup and it just kind of like illuminates your face almost like from within, like it doesn't look like there's stuff on your skin. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful primer. And I am oily and I didn't find that this made it kind of like too shiny, so that's great. And something I am pretty excited about, and I need to do a video solely on this because I think it's like a very innovative product. So these are the Cover FX custom cover drops. The color I got was G30, which in the summer I could probably go one color up. The theory behind these drops is you can mix them with anything. So you can mix them with primers, with skincare, SPFs, whatever you want. You can also mix them with other foundations, BB creams, and what they're going to do is add coverage and staying power. If you use them by themselves, I think they will be very drying because it's pretty much pure pigment in this little thing. And again, it's a tiny bottle, but this will last you an incredibly long time because you use between 2 and 4 drops every time. So that's gonna last you quite a while. So like I said, I will do a video on that solely, so I won't go into too much information now, but the 2 of these combined is like the most perfect full coverage yet natural looking glowy foundation that you can ever imagine. So oh, I love them. The other thing I've been using kind of in conjunction with that to brighten up my under eyes is their cream concealer in Light, and this is G Light, so it's the yellow toned one. And again, you need the tiniest amount of this, like I'm talking the end of a pin amount, and it gives you so much coverage in a really nice like moisturizing finish almost. So it's not going to dry out your under eye, but it's also not going to be too kind of greasy to use anywhere else on the face. So again, this little thing is probably going to last you a really super long time. If you love a full coverage under eye concealer, this is a great one, or you can use less of it for a more natural finish. So great concealer. And then lastly, from Cover FX, I got their Pressed Mineral Foundation, again in G30. I really like this actually. I never feel particularly blown away by powder foundations, but this is a really great one. I've used that to kind of set greasier areas of my face when I've used the custom cover drops, and you can just dab on the tiniest amount and it just really locks everything in. I haven't tried using it alone as a foundation yet, but to kind of powder or touch up areas, it's incredible and it blends in seamlessly with other makeup. So a really great pressed mineral foundation there. I think that's it for now. I did just want to kind of like show you all of the fun new things I've had and make a haul of it. So if you have any questions on any of the items, or if you've used any of them and have opinions on them, definitely leave your info below. As usual, everything else is linked down there too, along with a link to my big cartel store, so if you want to get any merch you can. I am in the process of restocking, so depending when this video comes out there might be a lot more sizes now. I think that's it, and I will see you next time. Bye. To get this look, I used colours from the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Kit, and I used a couple of Colourpop eyeshadows, so you really don't need much, and I just think it's a really nice look that you can kind of change the colours in, change the darkness, whatever you want.